You are tired. You slept last night. You slept the night before that. And still, the tired is there when you wake up. Your body is heavy. Your brain will not focus. You reach for the second coffee. It does something. It doesn't do enough. You lie down for a nap and something in your chest keeps buzzing. You are not tired. You are dysregulated. And there is a huge difference. Because tired goes away with sleep, and dysregulated doesn't. If naps and coffee stopped working, this is why. For a long time, this is the story you have probably been telling yourself. You are just tired. You just need to catch up on sleep. Next weekend, you will sleep in and it will fix it. Next holiday, you will rest and it will fix it. And then the weekend comes, and the holiday comes, and you sleep, and you rest, and you still wake up feeling exactly the same. That is the moment the story stops fitting, because tired is a debt your body knows how to pay back. Give it a full night of sleep, some food, some quiet, and tired gets settled. Dysregulated is not a debt. It is not something your body has stored up and is waiting to hand back to you after a nap. It is a different problem entirely. And the reason more sleep is not fixing it is that sleep is not the right tool. Here is what is actually happening. Your nervous system has two main jobs: turn on when you need to move, act, respond, protect. Turn off when the threat is gone and it is safe to rest, digest, repair. In healthy conditions, it shifts between those two modes all day long, dozens of times, mostly without you noticing. Something startles you. You gear up. The moment passes. You gear down. You are calm again in a minute or two. That shifting is what a regulated nervous system does. Think of it like a gear shift in a car. A healthy nervous system moves smoothly between gears. First, second, third, fourth, back down, back up, whatever the road needs. When your body senses threat, you gear up. When your body senses safety, you gear down. Nothing gets stuck. Dysregulation is what happens when the gear shift itself gets stuck. Your body loses the ability to smoothly move between modes. Instead of first through fourth, you have two settings left: floored or stalled, wired or flat. And the middle gears, the calm alertness, the resting but awake state, the quiet focus, are gone. That is why a nap does not restore you. Your body is not in a state that can use rest. And that is why coffee does not fix it either. You cannot floor a car that is already stuck flat, and you cannot calm one that is already stuck floored. So how does the gear shift actually get stuck? The engineering of it goes back decades in research. And one name keeps coming up: Bruce McEwen, a neuroendocrinologist at Rockefeller University. In 1993, he and Elliot Steller named a concept that has quietly reshaped how we understand chronic stress. They called it allostatic load. The idea is this: your body is very good at handling stress in short bursts. The stress response fires, does its job, and shuts off. Fires, does its job, shuts off. That is how it is designed. But when the stress response fires again and again and does not fully shut off in between, something changes. The gear shift starts to get worn. And eventually, it gets stuck. McEwen described 3 ways it gets stuck. The first, the stress response fires too often. Every notification, every deadline, every doom scroll, another tap on the gas. The second, the stress response does not turn off after the threat is gone. Your body stays revved even when the reason to be revved is over. And the third, the opposite. The system gets so exhausted from constant activation that it goes flat. It stops responding when it should. This is what shows up in the research on burnout. In a healthy body, cortisol is high in the morning to wake you up and low at night to let you sleep. In chronic dysregulation, that curve flattens. Cortisol is low in the morning when it should be high, and stays elevated at night when it should drop. A 2017 meta-analysis pooling data from 80 studies found that flatter cortisol slopes consistently track with worse mental and physical health, with fatigue, with burnout, with the exact feeling of exhausted but cannot sleep. Here is the part that matters. This is not a moral failure. It is not laziness. It is not you being weak. Your body did exactly what it was built to do. It responded to the stressors in your environment. It responded and responded and responded. Eventually, the mechanism that lets it come back to baseline stopped resetting cleanly. The gear shift from being ground down over years got stuck. This is education, not medical advice. If something feels seriously wrong or has been going on for a while and you cannot shake it, please talk to a doctor or a therapist. But knowing what is happening inside is the first thing that changes anything. Now, why is this happening to so many people at once? Because the environment your nervous system was designed for and the environment you actually live in are two different places. The stress response evolved to fire in short bursts. A predator, a conflict, a physical threat. Something happens, your body reacts, the threat passes, your body settles. That was the pattern for a long time. And then the pattern changed. Now your phone delivers small threats all day. Not predators. Worse. Uncertainty. A message you cannot answer. A news item you cannot fix. A comparison you cannot win. Each one is small, but they arrive every few minutes, from waking to sleeping, with no end. Your gear shift never gets a full rest. Add to that the working from home boundary collapse, artificial light past sundown, mostly indoor days with no morning sun, meals eaten at a screen, real conversation replaced with text. Every one of those is another small tap on the gas your body cannot get off. So what actually helps? Not lists of 10 things. 3 things with the mechanism, so you can pick what fits. The first, a longer exhale. Not a technique with a name, just the idea. Right now, sit up. Take a breath in through your nose for a count of about 4. Then breathe out through your mouth for a count of about 6 or 7. Slower than the in. Do it a few times. What you are doing has a name in the research: respiratory vagal stimulation. Every time you exhale, your vagus nerve, the long nerve that runs from your brainstem down into your gut, sends a signal to slow your heart rate. A longer exhale sends a stronger signal. Gerritsen and Band published a whole review of this in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience in 2018. It does not fix dysregulation on its own, but it is the fastest tool for shifting out of the floored gear in the moment. The second, sunlight in the first hour or so after waking, if you can. 10 minutes is a reasonable target, outside or by a window. What this does is anchor your cortisol curve. The morning light signal tells your body that it is morning, cortisol high now, and drop later. Skip that signal for weeks, and the curve starts to blur. That is what makes you wired at night and flat in the morning. The third, a slow walk, especially after eating. 20 minutes if you have them. 10 is fine. This is the one most people underrate. It steadies blood sugar. It engages the parasympathetic side. It gives your body a real reason to gear down. There is a reason walking has shown up in nearly every longevity, mood, and stress study of the last 50 years. It works. Here's the thing to sit with. You are not broken. Your nervous system is not malfunctioning. It is a system built for a world of short bursts of stress and long spaces of rest, running in a world of endless small stress and almost no rest. It is doing exactly what it was designed to do. The problem is not you. The problem is that the environment your gear shift was calibrated for is not the environment you live in. And once you know that, once you stop asking your body to try harder and start asking it what it needs, things quietly begin to move. If any of this landed, the wired but tired feeling, the coffee that stopped working, the sleep that does not restore, tell me in the comments which one you notice most. It helps me know what to make next. A like helps the algorithm show this to someone else who has been searching for a real explanation instead of another checklist. Next video, I am going to walk through what actually happens in the body during burnout recovery and why it takes longer than most people are told. Subscribe so it lands in your feed. Thanks for watching.